Hello. First of all, I think the inquiry that was set up, it was a mess from the start. When I joined the panel, we knew from the get-go that it was messy. It was a very controlling atmosphere there. It was very gaslighting, very manipulative, and we all went on to do the right thing, and that was to seek justice, that was to find the truth, to not be silenced anymore, and to be able to help our future. And we look at our future generations in this as well, because not only are we about ourselves, but we're also about the present victims and the victims that can occur if this shambles continues. The way that we were spoken to was very degrading. It was very controlling. We weren't allowed to seek support from family members. We weren't allowed to seek support from each and every survivor on the panel. Typically, you find with survivors is that they will confide in each other because we have been through near enough the same thing. So that is the better way that we can seek support. That was taken from us. There was a motivation in that as well to widen the panel, and I think personally that was down to the fact that they don't want to vocalise the ethnicity of these men. We almost felt uncomfortable vocalising the ethnicity of these men, and like we shouldn't. Pretty much when we were in that inquiry, we were stripped from our voices, and we're not going to be stripped from our voices anymore to maintain the higher-ups' comfortability. I decided to withdraw because, my head and my heart were saying two different things. My head was saying, you can really make a change in this, you can really help the future. But in my heart, it wasn't morally correct for me to maintain myself on the panel because of how it was going. It was rigged from the start. I mean, when we got the bios about the former police officer and the former social worker, it was very, very locked down. It was very password protected. We couldn't show it to anybody. We couldn't screenshot it. It was just awful. And I mean, when you're looking at bios of two former institutions that failed us, we were never going to be confident in the first place. We've spent years of our lives trying to grab the attention from police officers and social workers, to be told that we're attention seeking, to be told to shut up and go home. It's been nothing but awful. So when you put these two candidates in front of us, none of the survivors were going to ever sit there and be happy with it. Personally, I asked and I said I'm not keen. However, we were also told to propose two questions to each suspected chair. They've left now, but we had to pose these questions 24 hours prior to meeting them, which, again, I wasn't happy with. I asked why they needed 24 hours. Why couldn't they come back with an answer instantly when they were asked it? We were told what to ask, when to ask it. It was all in all very controlled. And then to top it off, we also had then Jess Phillips calling us a liar in the House of Commons. And the way that she conducted herself alone was absolutely appalling. But to be called a liar by somebody so high up, we're used to it now. We've been called that all our lives. It's just awful that somebody had to do that and degrade us even more when she is a safeguarding minister. She should be safeguarding our children, protecting them. And I do not think that she's capable, which is also why I've called for her to stand down. Keir Starmer obviously had written a letter. I don't necessarily believe he wrote it himself, but that's my personal opinion, to which I replied, we don't want a polite letter. We want accountability. We want justice. We want the truth. And we want it to stop happening to our future. Our future is at risk the longer that this happens for. And we can't afford... I mean, what is it now? Approximately 250,000 victims across the country. That's 250,000 too many, in my opinion. It shouldn't have ever got to one. The scandal is now national. It's a problem and it needs to be fixed. So I withdrew myself because I know that I can make a change, just not through that panel. I will speak and I will raise awareness and I will say what's corrupt. And that inquiry, that was corrupt.